Okay, good day. This is my third attempt on recording the third exercise of the chapter 2 on eloquent JavaScript. Um, I was not successful on the first two attempts in class, and I've had it with this. It was a bit embarrassing for me, So I'm doing this to try to shed light on the easiest way to understand how to go about the inner loop and doing a chessboard pattern. No, this is just me and how I understood it. I tried not to do a full research on this, so this is a plain and simple homegrown solution for my students. Okay, I have plotted here an Excel file explaining how I target to print this hashtag or sharp. No, so we have an in outer loop as I earlier explained in my class for I. So if I loops at 1 or is at 1, the J kicks in an inner loop counting from 1 to 8. And on the next step, I iterates or increments to 2, sorry, and the inner loop is also triggered by 1 to 8, no? So 3, 1 to 8, 4, 1 to 8. And notice that the pattern for writing the sharp or the hashtag comes about when I is odd and J is even, right? So odd ang I, J is even, odd, even. On the second part, it's reversed, no? When I is even, the pattern for triggering this hashtag becomes the J, for the J, it should be odd. So notice even ang I, kunya ang J niya odd. So even, odd. Again, it's reversed on the third, odd ang I, ang J even, odd, J even. And that gave me an idea to isolate that, and for the rest to just plainly do it on a blank, or if it doesn't pass add even add, you put in a blank, or you tuck in, or you concatenate a blank. Okay, so let's try it. I did try that and I tested that, so it does work. So let me replicate that portion here. Okay, so let's erase this first. Okay, we have here the pattern for the outer loop doing 1 to 8 and the inner loop doing 1 to 8. It doesn't do anything yet, so let's run this. So no pattern. This is the new line for doing the pattern or separating the strings for the after every 8, no? Meaning after every uh, 8 count of this, every 8 count, it should go down for a new line, no? So again, I have explained that on the previous previous two attempts. So what we are isolating, as I said, is checking for I, uh, odd, and J even. Okay, which is to get back to the Excel part, this add even. We put in a sharp for that, no? So we isolate that, or so this is we isolate this first, or a reverse of this, which is when I becomes even and J becomes odd, which is the which is this sorry, which is this even odd, even odd. Okay, and we are isolating that, so it's either odd even or even odd. Butangan na to og kuan, we put in a hashtag. Okay, so let's try that on the browser again. So this is the checking that we do. If I modulo 2 is not equal to 0, meaning odd, and notice this, no? So we put a capital for this so that we do logical operations. And the logical operation for that is that J modulo 2 is equal to 0, meaning even. So this is this part. Now we put in a parenthesis for this. Parenthesis. Okay, so and or the double pipe. We copy this and close this up. This parenthesis will close this, while this parenthesis will close the whole thing, while this parenthesis will close the second condition for this or. But we need to reverse this. We need to do, if it is even and j is odd, then what do we do? Put in or tuck in or concatenate our hashtag. For the rest, if this doesn't qualify, then we do our blank string. And after this 8, we tuck in the new line, and let's run this. Sorry. Okay, let's run this, and we have our pattern now. At least for the third try. I'm very I'm very sorry for my students who had to endure 2 tries for this. But again, I try to explain the best thing that I can for this. No, it's a bit complicated at the start, but you need to understand that we are just reflecting this. Kung add gani nya even pares ba? Add even naa. Bali diri even add. So at least this is the approach that I think best to explain this. You can do other solutions. You can have you may research for other solutions for this, but this I think for me is the best way to explain how to go about the patterns. Okay, for an extra bit of exercise, we can change this. It's in the book, no? You can it's in the extra bit of advanced. You can do or you can vary the size of the chessboard or the size of the board that you are going to do by making this a variable and getting it from input of the user. For example, was it prompt? No, so let size of board equal to number, I think. Number, then we do prompt. What size of the board do you want? Question mark. Close this for the prompt, close this for the number, and this you transfer now to 8. You don't stop at 8, but you make it a variable as an extra. So put it there, put it there. When you run this, try running this. So if we do 8, we get this, but we can adjust it now. So when you run it again, say 16 board, you do 16 board, and okay, then you got a 16 by 16 board. Okay, just in advanced exercise for training. We're just transferring this to this, making it variable. Okay, that's it. Again, apologies for the earlier for my students that had to endure to my 2 attempts in really explaining this. So this I think explains it. So thank you.